Is Gorilla in the Cage the sequel to Gorillas in the Mist?
Yes, Gorilla in the Cage. Murderous gorilla.
It's a sequel to Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's a girl with a gorilla in a cage.
But he says fear, and what do you guys think he's referencing? Referencing the public being afraid?
I think he's
afraid.
I think he's trying to get them on his side and say this is what you're about to experience is bad.
Do you think he knows at this particular point that the apes can talk?
Yes.
We assume that he's in the know that the president has given him information.
If he's been smart enough to create the Hassline curve and all these things about time, then he understands what time is and what time can be.
And his spaceship came back, and it came back piloted by apes.
And I'm assuming he's seeing them, and they're human sized, not chimpanzee sized. Yep. So
I think he knows, and I think that he is immediately inserting himself into the story as the evil person by saying that the moment he says that, he is now a threat to the characters we love. And I think that's what is intentional. I think he's trying to tell the public, be afraid of this. We're going to prove it to you why you should be afraid.
I mean, they even did the everybody gets quiet for the answer. Fear.
Yeah.
It tries back up again, that kind of stuff, that kind of movement.
To your point of having a reporter we follow, that would have been the fun point when we get the fear and it pans over to the reporter and goes, "You heard it here, Dr. Hassline, fear."
Yeah. That would have been that moment, yeah.
I think Sean would have had his little roll up of
my monocle popped out. Yeah.
So go ahead.
I just like the security that they have here. They just have chimps in a little side room. Whenever he just walks, you can see everybody out in the audience. He walks in, closes the door. I mean, if they were going to do a big reveal, they would have had them behind a curtain and everything else, so you cannot see the apes until they come out.
That sounds like a reality show.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God, it's the Masked Singer or whatever that bullshit is.
But the script says, Hassline says fear, and then the cut is small side room, which will open in the main amphitheater. Stevie, herself nervous, soothes Cornelius and Zira.
Wait, Stevie's nervous. Does that mean she's smiling, or what is she?
I don't even know. Yeah.
You mean Dr. Branson?
She's Stevie.
They call her Stevie. I mean, to be honest.
At least refer to her by Stephanie.
To be fair, in this script, when they refer to Dr. Dixon and Dr. Branton, they do refer to them only as Stevie and Lewis. They don't refer to them by their doctor names. I didn't know that. So FYI.
Okay.
Can we keep it?
Only when the dialogue says Dr. Branton or Dr. Dixon do they refer to it. Dane uses Lewis and Stevie throughout.
But so we at least get in the film times where he's Dr. Dixon more than we get that Stevie is Dr. Lewis.
Dr. Branton. But I mean, it's dialogue that says it, not.
But let's stay on alert for how often she gets called doctor, because I don't think it's very often. She is almost always Stevie, if memory's serving correctly.
I have a note in the next minute specifically about a change in dialogue that I wondered if it was the actor or the change in a title. Anyway, so. Go to small room. We have Zira and Cornelius sitting down kind of at a desk with Stevie on the other side, and Lewis is the one who walks into this moment. Dr. Dixon.
Dr. Dixon. Paging Dr. Dixon.
All set. Then there was this, all right, after I break the news, start slowly. That's kind of where this minute ends, right?
Sure,
now we're back in, honestly, we're in what looks like a law office. There are law books behind them on the bookshelf. I mean, this is probably where they shot the scene with the British person.
Probably.
But it's the side room. It's kind of like the side courtroom where the judge might go to retire for just a few minutes. They're in two chairs at a desk with Stevie on the other side. It looks like, honestly, Zira and Cornelius are they're kind of playing with the pens on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing with the pens on the desk when Lewis walks, and they're actually looking at pens like they're unique to them. They have those, those old pen stubs would have like a granite base,
and a pen on each side,
and a pen on each side to have a screw-in thing.
You slid into it,
and for the first half a second, you see Cornelius and Zira both kind of touching the tops of this pens like they're confused by it. It's a very odd little moment. I'm sure it was a direction given to them to be surprised or unique to what's happening.
Or the actor came and said, "Wouldn't I be a little bit surprised by this? It's not a quill and whatnot."
Exactly. Yeah. So they're
I'm a
playing.
Scientist. Would I not be examining things?
When Lewis walks in, I mean, it's an odd shot because we're getting the back of her head.
Have you ever thought that Cornelius and Zira, for traveling so far, sleeping in cages, they really have great hair?
Yeah, their hair is perfect.
There's no bedhead. There's no craziness to it.
Well, you know what it is? In the scenes that we're not seeing, they're just sitting there picking at each other. eating all the
Eating
mics
the
off.
nits and all that.
That's just imagine. Anytime you don't see them, that's all they're doing.
I'm shocked we don't have those moments, and we don't even have those moments in the new films
No, I don't think
where
there's
it's much
any
more
nitpicking,
characteristic kind of things.
Yeah, there's no nitpicking.
Anyway, that's
Well,
Sean Todd's digression.
But it does go back on that point that why these upright walking chimpanzees with full
Human size,
clothes and
yeah.
perfect hair have not like stood out to them as like something just unusual.
Right.
You know, oh, they're talking. Oh, well, this is a weird part.
Wait, they have perfectly manufactured clothes with stitching on it. None of it strikes them as odd until they talk.
So they start talking. And when they walk out to the audience, well, the next minute, sorry.
What? They go to an audience? Oh, my
what's
God.
happening? What's happening?
Screw you, Richard.
wait.
You have spoiled this movie.
Negative. We know there's an audience. We saw it through the door.
All right, then. After I break the news, start slowly.
Yeah. Start slowly.
Start slowly. Warm the audience up. I'm going to tell a couple of jokes first. Get them warm.
We're going to get your opening act out first. He's going to get
Is
him going.
Ursus the opening act?
There
Have
you
they
go.
been smuggling him somewhere? Only good human is a bad human.
They're just going to show Milo's body. That's the warm-up.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was actually going to bring that up in the previous minute. I completely forgot to bring it up. There was no point for the president to bring up one of them died in captivity because, again, we're having this fantasy game of where would be the good point for Milo to die.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's be fair. There's no good point to even have Milo's character. He served no point other than to have him die.
But they've recovered so quickly from it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, he did
Well,
nothing but...
they recovered so quickly, you know, as like we talked about in previous minutes. All of a sudden, I've liked this guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I mean, if we were to fantasize where the good tension moment for Milo to die is,
Oh, I fantasize about this all the time. Go ahead.
but the president's comment in the 2 minutes earlier had no relevance. It didn't impact the audience at all. He didn't have to
No.
say one of them died.
But again, we've talked about that too with Milo's death. Comes at a very odd place. If that come later when they're then thrust
Their
into
reasons.
a situation that they're on their own, and now we've created fear for our main characters, that would have made more sense. Period.
Well, I mean, if we're talking with the gentleman that just said fear, Dr. Haslin, I mean, there's some interesting possibilities there with Milo and Haslin in terms of conversation because
Ooh,
clearly
yes.
Milo was the one that helped Zira and Cornelius on the ship. I mean, that my mind at this just thinking about this particular moment, the fact that Milo is the one who talked about the date meter and everything like that. Milo seems like the one that got them on the ship, got them there, got it out of water,
Well, yeah,
did everything.
because
Because there's a psychiatrist and an archaeologist.
Yeah, they're not pilots.
Wow, that's a really interesting idea, Richard, because he is the foible to Haslin. Haslin presents himself as the villain. He's the intellectual. That also creates a better reason to have Milo killed. Maybe he puts him in a cell with the crazy gorilla, and we still let the crazy, depressed gorilla kill him, but there's a real reason for his death at that point.
Now, Sean, we're just fantasizing here because Haslin is the scientist, and he said fear.
Yes.
So we're fantasizing about what this relationship would have been later on down the line, not knowing or talking about future minutes.
Right.
But that would have been an interesting thing to kind of have him around for that kind of...
Or you have him assassinated somehow, where the three are together walking somewhere, and somebody comes out. God never intended this. Boom, boom.
Well, see, I still think you can do the exact same thing with depressed gorilla. I think that if they have a debate and maybe Milo gets heated, and Haslin has the power and simply says, "Take Dr. Milo and put him back in the cage." Well, they put him in the cage with the crazy depressed gorilla. We still kill him the same way.
He goes, "Take Milo and put him in a cage." And Milo goes, "I didn't go to ape school for 4 years to be called Milo. It's Dr. Milo."
Having just been introduced to this Dr. Haslin character and he uses the word fear, it does make me wonder why he wasn't there a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Why he wasn't somehow involved. Why he's
observing Stevie and
something.
Lewis.
I mean, they found a spaceship. Could we have at least seen him on the beach? Could we have at least seen him in the control room?
If he was there the
Well,
whole
how
time,
interesting would it be if we see in all those times that they're working together with Zira, Cornelius, and Milo, there's a camera, just some kind of security camera. I don't know what that would have looked like in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And he's nothing more than a shot that we go to over his shoulder at first, arms crossed over his chest, watching a monitor, and finally we get a shot of his face. So that then when we see him with the president, we're like,
we know who he is.
Ooh, the scary guy that was observing it is now here with the president.
We get like our keys moment from E.T.
That's exactly what it is. You're absolutely right.
So I totally random. I have an idea for a web series, and there's a character that I want to put in there that could potentially be a villain. In my idea for the web series, you're going to occasionally see this person before he's ever actually kind of introduced as a moment, and we do not see Dr. Haslund until this moment here.
Well, we saw him.
It's interesting. That,
Well, the moment before.
in the present, in the last minute. Yeah.
But to both of your points, between keys or what you're talking about here, usually you tease a villain a little bit better
Before
than just inserting them as a potential aid to the president.
Yes. Right. We have a name. We know his name.
Haslund.
Haslund.
Dr. Haslund has been revealed. All right, that's minute 23 in the books. We'll be back tomorrow with, guess what?
24?
Is that what we're going to do is 24?
That's a shock.
Richard, are you okay with doing 24?
I think we're going to start slowly.
All right.
Okay, hang on. We're starting slowly.
Okay.
All right. Until then, everybody get ready. Go listen to all of our episodes. Go check out our other people that are doing Movie by Minutes because they're doing a great job too. And as Sean always says, if you don't see what you like,
make your own.
There you go. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, everyone, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.